Bruh, how are we only in the first few weeks of 2017 and we already have another contender for biggest L of the year? Soldier Boy, you got some competition, bro. Anyways, excuse me if I sound scatterbrained or I ramble over the course of this video. I'm recording this at, oh goddamn, it's 3:30 a.m. in the morning. You know what that means. Hashtag real nigga hours. If you up right now, smash that motherfucking like button and leave a comment while you at it. This goes back to a video that I did a couple of months ago in regards to the Nintendo Switch teaser trailer, I guess. Now, a lot of people have asked me why I haven't done a video on Nintendo Switch since then, and by that they mean why haven't I talked about speculation, rumors, leaks, expectations. Mainly because I really didn't feel like it. That's the best way I could describe it. And I know a lot of people are thinking that, oh, it's probably because of regurgitation. You don't want to regurgitate all of what everybody else is saying. That's only partially true. There's actually a deeper meaning to it. I felt like I was regurgitating stuff that I had said previously. And by previously, I meant stuff from 4 to 5 years ago. I'm, of course, talking about the previous Nintendo console, the Nintendo Wii U. And one of my biggest fears was that I was noticing a lot of the same things from Wii U with the Nintendo Switch reveal trailer. But I always thought it was just my skepticisms. You know, I'm a pretty skeptical guy when it comes to these sort of things. I love to be proven wrong, but in a lot of cases, I end up being proven right, actually. And that's what we got with the Nintendo Switch reveal. Now, before we get into this right now, I want to set a bit of ground rules. If you're going to come in here and talk stuff like, oh, you Sony fanboy, Xbox fanboy, PC fanboy, shit like that, grow the fuck up. What are you, 12? Did you just join the internet last year? Probably. No, you're probably a 34-year-old man-child. The second thing is, if you're one of those hippy-dippy motherfucker gamers who come in here saying, I don't care about these console wars and these biases, I'm a gamer and I play games, man, that shit ain't gonna get you laid, so get to the fucking back of the bus with all the other rejects. This is something that I said would happen. This is something that I was worried about. Everybody out there told me I was just being a Nintendo hater. I was a Sony pony. I don't even get how I'm a Sony pony considering I own almost every damn platform under the sun. This is something I said would happen. This is something I said I was worried about because Nintendo is they're a creature of habit, and that's something a lot of people don't want to admit because they haven't been gaming as much as they should be. They're more focused on what these companies are doing instead of actually playing the games and seeing where these companies are going, if that makes any sense. But it's something that I've noticed. It's a trend that's been going on with Nintendo for not just one generation, but 4 generations straight. And this Switch reveal confirmed all of my worst fears. This is not a company who has learned their lesson. This is not a company who has, really understood what the core gamers were talking about. No, this is a company that is going to do, for better or for worse, what they've been doing for the past 4 generations. They're going to do their own thing, and if you don't like it, well, golly gee, that's your own fault. You don't understand our artistic vision and all that BS. Yeah. What was it that people were saying with the Nintendo Switch? Nintendo was going to recapture first and third party support. Nintendo was going to introduce a new way to play. Nintendo was going to introduce a robust online interface. Nintendo was going to take the gaming world by storm. You see, all these things sound familiar. Shouldn't they sound familiar? Yes, they should sound familiar, Neo. Why? Because we got this 1 generation ago with the Wii U. Yeah, the Wii U, the console that's already dead and buried while the PS4 and Xbox One are still out. The Wii U, the console that stopped getting steady games 3 years into its release. Yeah, all those same things we got today with the Nintendo Switch reveal. I don't understand what is Nintendo's fixation with having to be different. They need to be different for the sake of different. That doesn't work. And you spending half an hour talking about the Joy-Con controllers and this new way to play, I'm getting flashbacks about the Wii U and the Wii. Listen, motion controls were a thing for their time. They were a fad. But you know what? Sony and Microsoft understood that shit was a fad. So after they did their own things, that's it. The only time Sony's ever come back to it is with PlayStation VR, something that is completely optional. But with Nintendo, it's like ingrained in their DNA, apparently. They had all this talk about Nintendo DNA and how the Switch is a part of Nintendo history because it's every Nintendo system in one. Yeah, which is why you spent 30 minutes on these damn controllers. Great. Awesome. But that's the thing that everyone's telling me. Oh, Neo, it doesn't matter. Of course they're going to talk about that stuff in their reveal. It's a big part of the console. Yeah. Yeah, they spent more time talking about the Joy-Con controllers than they did the actual Switch, if that makes any sense. Did we learn anything about the Switch today? Yeah, we did. We learned the stuff that matters to only Nintendo. The stuff you gotta pay for. We learned the price of the system and when it will release. And we learned that you gotta pay for online. Now, let's talk about the online stuff real quick because I know it's a pretty touchy subject right now. Unlike most people, I actually don't mind paying for online on consoles if the service is up to par. If the service is good and worth paying on a console, then I am down to pay it. Xbox Live, PSN, if they are good services, I will pay for them. And I know PC Master Race people, I understand that. PC Online is better and it's free. Yes, I get that. That's why I have a PC. But if we're talking about it from the console sphere of things, yes, I know, you're getting raped by the companies. Yes, we understand that. So, listen, we're trying to have a constructive conversation here. This Nintendo Online infrastructure was supposed to be robust with the Wii U. We didn't learn anything about it. Do you know what we got? Waiting. You gotta wait for them. They're gonna update it. Why are you complaining about the lack of features with the Wii U? They're gonna update them. I had to hear that for 4 fucking years. And oh god, it feels so good to be vindicated after those 4 years because we never got those features. Basic features such as party chat, cross-game chat, stuff that's, was standard on Xbox in 2006. I'm sorry, 2005. Was not on the Wii U. And the Switch debuts, and all we get is a vague statement of online features saying you'll be able to enjoy this through our dedicated smartphone app. So let me get this straight. You have to pay for the online infrastructure, and it's going to be tied through a smartphone app? And I already know what you're saying. Neo, listen, they haven't detailed all the information yet. They're going to detail that stuff soon. I'm tired of fucking waiting. That's all they've been doing for the past 2 generations of Nintendo. Just because, I have higher priorities when it comes to gaming and I have better standards when it comes to these systems than you guys do because you don't get anything. You don't ask for anything from Nintendo. You're over here playing up on dial-up connections. Just because you guys think it's okay doesn't mean it's okay. The fact that we gotta wait for them to reveal all this stuff when this was supposed to be the reveal where they told us what we needed to know about the system, but no, we spent 30 minutes on Joy-Con. When we should have been learning about the system, when we should have been learning about the OS, the infrastructure, everything. And I know what you're going to say. Oh, they can talk about this stuff later. That's the problem. That is the problem. They don't. They don't put emphasis in this. They put emphasis on shit that doesn't matter. And this talk about being tied to a smartphone app, if it's not built into the system, rest in peace. That's all I gotta say. And before y'all people come in here saying, well, we have Discord, nigga, shut the fuck up. Stop damage controlling. You all know how stupid you sound? Seriously. But again, this goes back to the root of the problem. Nintendo's focus is just not there. There is no, their vision is just all over the place. The stuff that you actually care about, games. Do you want to know how little Nintendo cares about games on their new platform? All of their heavy hitters, with the exception of one, aren't even making the launch. Stuff like Splatoon 2, Super Mario Odyssey, both of which look really good, they're not coming out till months after release. Splatoon 2 in the summer, Mario Odyssey in the holiday season. Yeah. Starting to feel like the Wii U again. So what do we have to bridge the gap from those games? Oh, we have a lot of ports. Yeah, ports with no confirmed release dates. Yeah, every single thing that was announced for the Switch was a port. Third-party ports. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, I Am Setsuna, Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2. Did I say Dragon Ball Xenoverse or Dragon Quest Xenoverse? That would have been funny, but hey, Toriyama, so same shit. But yeah, they're all ports. No confirmed release date, so you have to go by the third-party schedule. But yeah, the entire Switch lineup consists of Zelda and ports. Now, contrast that to the PlayStation and Xbox when those systems launched. PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PlayStation 4, Xbox One. More than just ports. They had returning IPs. They had new IPs and new franchises. Nintendo Switch, Zelda, a game that's been delayed 3 years. and ports. And of course, Just Dance, because, yeah, you gotta have that. Do you not see the problem here? Ports. It's Port City. We're getting excited for Skyrim, a 6-year-old port running on low-ass textures. Are you seeing the problem here? The Nintendo Switch console will have a battery life from 2.5 hours to 6.5. But a game like Zelda will run you anywhere from 2.5 to 3 hours. Meaning that every game on the scale of Zelda is going to be 3 hours long, which means that this system's battery is anemic. You can't take this thing anywhere. You have to have a mobile battery bank, or you have to be near a charger. This defeats the portability aspect. And I know what you're going to say. Well, you know, I'm not going to take this system out. It's just going to stay in my house, so the battery's fine. Or, I don't care, man. I'm going to use this here. It defeats the purpose. They're selling this as a portable device, but all it is just a portable home console. That's it. You're still tethered in some way. Now, excuse me for actually believing the hype in the advertising when they say you can bring it anywhere and the battery will be fine. No, it's not when you have to have 18 fucking cords. No. No, people. No. Oh, man. It's like we always have to compensate for Nintendo's faults. Why is it whenever Nintendo does something that's anti-consumer, it's our fault and not theirs? But they got rid of region locking, so everything's fine. Is it? Is it? You don't even understand or read Japanese, you fucking weeb, so you don't even understand what the hell they're saying. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Seriously. All you weebs out here saying, oh, it's region locking, it's good, which means I can play this game. Yeah, listen, yeah, region locking in general is stupid. But the fact that the games are probably not coming out considering Nintendo Treehouse and their bullshit policies, that, man, get out of here with that shit. But again, going back to what I was saying, we always have to overcompensate. The system has 32 gigs of storage. Well, I can buy a 128 gigabyte micro SD. Exactly. You have to buy it. Because the system doesn't come standard with the bare minimum. Why is it PlayStation Xbox can launch with 500 gigs of storage and the Wii U launched with 8? Oh, I can buy an external hard. Exactly. The PlayStation Xbox, regardless of what you think about how many games you can store in there, they're enough for a casual gamer to store multiple games. This Nintendo Switch, who knows? You still have to buy something extra. That's what y'all don't understand. Nintendo's not doing anything for the benefit of you, the consumer. They're just trying to hit their bottom line. $300, it doesn't matter. Oh, here you go. Again, why should we have to compensate for their faults? Is that what's not clicking? Do y'all not get this? But let's talk about the new games they announced, right? The new games, the new quality games. Yeah, none of which are coming out soon. Xenoblade 2. Okay, 2017, that's all we know. And the game looks pretty early in development. That actually kind of scares me, considering this is a new console, and these graphics don't look any better than something that was on the Wii and the Wii U. That's actually pretty scary. And before you graphic people come in here and say, oh, stop being a graphic whore, listen, it's 2017. I'd like games to look like they came out in 2017, not 2006. Come on. Let's be real. It's not artistic. It's not a design choice. It just looks like indie games. A lot of indie games look better than some of the stuff that's coming out on the consoles these days. And it's not just artistic. It's actually good graphics. But yeah, no confirmed date for that. Shin Megami Tensei 5, yeah, just started development. No More Heroes 3 just started development. So all of y'all people getting on Sony and Microsoft for announcing games 1 to 2 years out when these games literally just started development. Kind of hypocritical. Kind of hypocritical. This is what the biggest problem is. Nintendo, you always have to temper your expectations and don't expect much and just take the bare minimum. No, I don't want the bare minimum. I want them to go above and beyond to how they were in the days of the past. The Super Nintendo, the regular Nintendo. Hell, even the N64 and the GameCube to some extent, they had better offerings than they do now in the past friggin' 11 years of gaming. That's a problem. That is a big problem. When a company is not innovating and going uphill, they're going downhill. Look at freaking Sony, the company that's near bankrupt right now, who their bread and butter right now is PlayStation. Do you want to know why? Because they were backed against a fucking corner and they had to realize they had to stop being arrogant as all hell and turn things around. Nintendo is just coasting by like, oh, you know, just it doesn't matter, just this, that, and the third, whatever, you know. And y'all accept this. Y'all think this shit is okay. Because it's Nintendo, because I need my Mario, and God forbid if I don't get my Zelda once every 30 years. Nintendo is the side piece of gaming. Nintendo is not the console that you bring home to your parents. Nintendo is the side bitch that you hit up at 2 a.m. saying, where you at? What you doing? They're not the console that you take out for a nice lunch date in broad daylight. No, they're not. They're there to fill your Smash Bros. Needs or your occasional Mario or Zelda needs. That's it. Everything else, third-party support, all that stuff, online gaming, competent system, no, they are not. And the sooner you guys accept this, the sooner you speak out against these companies, the sooner we'll have a better Nintendo. But as long as you guys just sit here and fucking deep throw Wii remotes and do these videos with your mouths wide open saying, oh my god, Nintendo Switch hype, oh my god, this, we're not going to get anything. Nintendo's going to be in the same situation they've always been in. And it pains me to say this because Nintendo used to be top dog. Because unlike some of you frauds out here who your first console ever was a GameCube or N64, I grew up playing the Super Nintendo. I realized where their greatness was. Not just from third-party support, but from first-party support. And it's just frustrating that their hardware handicaps them to no degrees. To every single degree. What the hell am I talking about? But again, it's like almost 4 a.m., so of course I'm scatterbrained. $300 for a system that launches with Zelda and ports when some of the heavy hitters are not going to be out for months, where you still don't know a damn thing about the system, you gotta wait for information to roll out from all the other people, and all the information we've been rolling out has been negative and/or ports. This is all just optimism. Just a lot of the same optimism I saw with the Wii U. Nintendo, the side bitch of gaming. That's all they are. That's all they're ever gonna be.